This is not necessarily a why I want video. That last episode was on Moritz Seider. I try to space out the time between those episodes, so this video today is talking just about draft-eligible prospects at the 2019 NHL Entry Draft in Vancouver. Now, this one is kinda weird. We already talked about Joel and Max Wahlgren, the Wahlgren twins, the twin brothers from Sweden, playing for Modo in the Super Elite, who are eligible to be drafted in 2019's draft in Vancouver. Sounds really similar to a certain pair of Swedish legends who recently retired. But those two are actually, I'm probably going to save that for another video because their stats are quite fascinating. Not fascinating as in super good, but fascinating as in, whoa, that kind of fascinating. But to their credit, we also have ourselves another set of identical twins who are eligible to be drafted in this draft. Behold, Northeastern commits Dylan Jackson and Ty Jackson, currently playing for the Dubuque Fighting Saints in the USHL. Just to give a little bit of background, because we have two players here, two different people, two different identities, yet a really similar game within both of them. The Jackson twins were born on September 6th, 2001, making them just a few days eligible for this year's NHL Draft. Ty Jackson is a center, and Dylan Jackson is a right winger. Ty is 5'7", 148 pounds as a left-hander, but Dylan Jackson, who is the winger, is 5'9", 157 pounds. Dylan is also a right-handed shot, so you have yourself the left-handed center who is smaller, and the right-handed right winger who is a tad bit bigger. However, playing for the Dubuque Fighting Saints this season, their stats are basically the same. Ty Jackson, in the 43 games that they've played, he has himself 10 goals, 14 assists, 24 points. Dylan Jackson has 43 games played as well. He has 9 goals, 15 assists for 24 points. They're exactly the same, and the similarities don't really stop there. They each have their own YouTube videos up on the Dubuque Fighting Saints YouTube channel. It's like pre-season interviews for all the players that they did. They interviewed Ty and Dylan Jackson in separate videos, and the questions are all the same. It's like, what do you think is the best part about your game? What are you looking to improve on? All stuff like that. And their answers were basically the same too. They both said that they want to showcase their playmaking ability, hockey IQ, and scoring ability. And then when it comes to what they want to improve on, they both answered with the same thing, which was speed. And they both used the same sentence: the USHL is a step up from where I was last year. These two are basically the same. And the only difference is they play different positions. One's bigger and has a right-hand shot. Now, when it comes to legitimately being NHL draft-worthy players, they are half a point a game in the USHL as 17-year-olds. Obviously, it's not like first-round potential, but it's not bad. Taking a look at points per game rates for under 18-year-olds in the USHL in the past few years, you can see guys like Tage Thompson and Troy Terry. They're kind of in the same ballpark when it comes to points per game as the Jackson twins. Also, scrolling down a little bit more, you can see guys like Riley Tufte on the list as well. So it's not like they're terrible. And at the same time, it's not necessarily something that's super good either, because these guys aren't really guaranteed to being drafted. But the concern here lies in the fact that these two are the youngest players eligible for the draft, or at least two of the youngest players. Had they been born like 2 weeks later, they wouldn't have been eligible for this year's draft. And being half a point a game in the USHL this season isn't bad because they got so much room to grow. And if you want to talk about their hockey future, well, they've already committed to Northeastern University, a school that Vancouver Canucks fans really, really like because of Adam Gaudette and because of Tyler Madden And I know a lot of Habs fans are also fond of Northeastern as well, because of Caden Primo and Jordan Harris. These two are both Habs prospects, so Northeastern is just a great team right now. They've been producing quite a bit of noteworthy talent over the past few years, and if things go right, Ty and Dylan Jackson, the twin brothers from Ontario, could be added to that list. Other than that, though, it's all up to fate. Will these guys get drafted? We don't really know. They're not currently scouted anywhere by TSN and Bob McKenzie and all that stuff. They're not on these lists, but they do have the possibility of being drafted. They are eligible. So whatever happens in the Vancouver draft this year in 2019, I hope that the Jackson twins find a home. Whether or not that's with the same team or with two different teams is completely up to fate. But hey, it would be cool, wouldn't it? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Plus, that's Draws I Sign Gaming, and bye.